Bob wants to close deals online. So he applies to some positions and he finally lands a position. The problem is Bob lied on the interview process and he said, hey, I have sales experience. I've been closing deals. I've collected over $500,000 in cash in the last year and blah, blah, blah. Bob, okay, why are you not closing the deals? Why are you not making money for this company? Bob knows deep down inside he lied. The company just figured it out because every time Bob gets on with the qualified prospect that is a deal that has the money and their product or service can actually truly help them and change their life, Bob can't close the deal. Today, I'm going to teach you how to overcome the I need to think about it objection. Let's hop in. I really want to simplify this process because so many people make it way too complicated. Now, overcoming objections is a very simple process. If you've seen any of my other videos, we break it down into this. The first step is we're going to agree. The second step is we're going to isolate the objection. Hey, do you think this product is a good fit for you? Now is the right time for you. Do you trust me? Do you think that, me and you would have a good working relationship? Awesome. You start to isolate the objection. And then you go into the next step where we call expand awareness. We want to expand this person's awareness to the point where they realize that they're thinking the wrong way. Their processing is off. And they should, in fact, not think about it. They should, in fact, move forward. Before we go anywhere else, you need to understand that the I need to think about it objection is it's not really an objection. It's a stall. It's a delay tactic. And you as a professional salesperson, unlike Bob, you need to know that it's somewhat of a smokescreen. It's not a lie, but sometimes the client doesn't even know their true objection. They just know it's not right for them. And so it's your job as the professional salesperson to understand that this is not a true objection. It's a cover up. And what it really means is this prospect, this person you're talking to, they're not comfortable sharing their real objection, or they can't identify their true objection within themselves. It's your job as the professional to bring this out of them and to help them understand and move forward on this call today. So let's role play through this. It goes like this. Hey, I love what I've seen today. I just need, take a few days to think about it. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to agree. Of course you need to think about it, right? And then instead of what most people do, they go into what part of this that you need to think about. What do you need to take some time and think about, right? Instead of doing that, you want to frame it from a position where you have a lot of experience, if you do. Now, in Bob's case, he may not have the experience to say this, and it's okay to ask that question, but you want to guide them. You don't want to leave their mind open to any other thing that can come up, right? You want to guide them through this. And so how you want to say it is, awesome, I completely understand, right? How you want to say it is, I just want to be real with you. I'm on sales calls all day, 20 times a day. And when I hear someone say they need to think about it, it's either one of three things. Number one, they don't actually think this product or service is a good fit for them. But I know you just told me I don't think that's the case because you just told me that you actually think this is something that'll work for you. Second, you don't think the relationship between you and I will actually be a good working relationship. Or the third reason is it could be the money. Which one of those do you think you need to think about? And so you really want to guide them into telling you which part of the process they need to think about. And so let's say the objection, classic objection is money. It's money, okay? So money, right? And we want to now, we have pulled this new objection out of this client, right? This is the objection now. I need to think about it was kind of the cover up and they weren't comfortable, but now you've made it into a safe space. You've gotten real communication with them and you've guided them through this difficult process. And the next step, like I just said, is we want to expand their awareness. As humans, we have these operating systems, this way of being that we run on, this way of thinking. Some people call it scripts that we're operating off of. And what happens is it's just this way of thinking that is a lot of times keeping us from stepping out of our comfort zone and taking the next step. So now that I know this is the objection, I got it out of them. It's the money. He's scared about the money. There's two things we can do. The way most people do it is they come here and they break up the payments and they make it affordable. Make it more affordable. Payment plan. Oh, the professional, Bob, can learn from this right here. You want to expand their awareness and get them thinking about the money in a different light, okay? So there's a few things you can do here. The first way that I would recommend is guiding them through a way of thinking. Now, if you're doing personal development, hopefully you're watching some videos on my channel and you're starting to level up and you're starting to learn, you're starting to gather new ways of thinking, you're gonna start developing a bag of information and skills that you can use to help this person and transfer this belief system that you have and push it onto them so they start thinking in that way. For example, money. Hey, let me ask you this. This is an example. I'm going in the role play here, just so you know. Let me ask you this, right? I know a lot of people, right? And I'm around a lot of high-level learners. And what I've learned is most people aren't scared of spending money. They're scared of making a bad decision or making a bad investment. Is that you? Great. Because if you knew for a fact that this $10,000 you're going to pay today, you know, would 5, 10, 20x over the next year, you would do it, right? Okay. So what I'm learning and what I've learned is you want to take your attention off the money. And I'm doing a little coaching session here, so I'm expanding the awareness. You want to take their attention off of the money it's going to cost. I want to take your attention off the money it's going to cost today and put it on the value you're going to get over the next 2, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. That's going to make you X, Y, and Z. That's going to get you the X, Y, and Z result. Okay, you see how I'm moving them from investing, I'm taking them off the money and moving them to the result. Super simple, all right? You want to expand their awareness. There's lots of ways of transferring new ways of thinking. The way of thinking that we changed is the focus on the money. It's a lot, oh my goodness, to let's take our focus off the money and place it onto the value we're going to get and the way that our life is going to change by starting this product or service. Another example of this would be you don't want to make a bad decision. Just talked about. It's not really the money, right? It's that you don't want to make a bad decision. And the key here is making a good decision. So I want to make sure I help you make a good decision. A good decision involves one thing: putting all the information out and making sure that you're making a good decision for you. Time, going home and actually thinking about it, is not necessarily the best decision. And that emotion, that fear that you have right now is normal.